Alright, so yeah, just trying to figure out the, let's see, who's going where. Get the invites going again, if possible. Actually, did I already get one? Didn't realize it. See, I did, but from someone who's not playing in the cup. Anyway, that's fine. So we got, again, 2 rounds left of this next matchup, assuming that I do get into it, which ideally I will be between the 2 of the 3 undefeated teams remaining in the day 1 of this cup. So exciting stuff. Again, it's going to be Ocean's 11.5 facing off against 0G Fishies. So it's Ocean's 11.5. Of course, we just saw them there taking that victory. It's Zenith captaining along with Chrome Platypus, Dipman, and Mozzie. Over on 0G Fishies, it's Callan captaining, and Leo the Great, Anime for Life, and Enderslot. Or sorry, you know what? I made a mistake. Hold on. Ocean's 11.5 just lost that game, but 0G Fishies are undefeated, I should say. And because, like I said, we didn't stream them yet today, so I do want to follow them since they're undefeated as well. My bad. Got all tangled. Ocean's 11.5 just lost that round, but again, because of the undefeatedness and the lack of streams on 0G Fishies, I would like to definitely stream them. And at least get that match in here. Because let's see, Splash and Orca right now are undefeated. The other 2 undefeated teams, and they're playing on maybe one of the other streams. I'm not sure. There's a lot of people streaming, I think, from their own player perspective. So you might be able to find that match. But we already saw both Orca and Splash on stream, so you know, trying to get people featured where I can, where I can.
And Chrome, probably.
Wait, how did that work out?
So Jason quit. His team is out, so he's subbing for Zenith. And
All right, there you go. I think I'm all settled. If any, I'll pick them on Discord too. But if any of you guys are listening who are playing in this particular match, you can go ahead and start when you're ready. I'll ping you anyways, though.
team ready.
Okay, there you go. Sorry about that silence. So, looks like I may unfortunately have to get off here after this this particular match.
Miss. Yeah, I do.
But we'll be back tomorrow. And again, there are a lot of players actually streaming from their perspective on Twitch, so you should hopefully be able to see some of those round 5 matches. But yeah, I gotta unfortunately step away after this match finishes. So here we go, round 1 underway. It's 0G Fishies, undefeated so far, and going for the goal on said undefeated team though is Oceans 11.5, getting the first goal just 4 seconds in. So like I said, there was a 5-second goal earlier, and I was mentioning you can get a little quicker, but not too much. And again, 4-second goal, I mean, fast as you'll ever see, really, on a normal basis. But teams really getting good with those headbutt launches at times, and just really getting those big efficiency stacks going as well. As will be a 2-point shot here just to tie it up for Callan. 101 for the 0 Gs. Of course, we got Enders and Anime. Well familiar with each other, for sure. Playing in VRML, and Callan as well, Leo the Great. I mean, everyone here in the tournaments today, obviously experienced players, high-level players, played in the league. That was kind of the requirement to play in Seal. As we get a nice shot, sealing it is Leo the Great. It's a deep 3 coming off of season with Guinness/Gambit. That's 5-2 here with 8.5 remaining in the first round. 0 G stacked. Yeah, they've got themselves quite the roster here for sure. So not a terrible surprise that they're undefeated so far, but of course as it gets deeper and deeper into Swiss, and especially going into day 2 and such, it's going to be all the more difficult to squeeze out these wins without some very good play. As we get a very nice one, speaking of, look at that, Anime for life. Right to Ender slot on that cutting pass. That was beautiful on the delivery. It's 7-2. Now there's 3 undefeated teams. It's 0G Fishies, Splash, and Team Orca. I almost said Okra again still. Anyway, Leo the Great with a disc, a little bit of jank, but eventually finding maybe a pass. I would have said a bounce pass, but that was like a many bounces pass. Nonetheless, goes back over here to the midst of actually see Jason. So some good mid lane defense, gets the grab, and now they're getting the stack. A little bit of an overshoot, however, will deny them the opportunity. Actually, Mozzie somehow came away with it, but clogging the lane was Callan on the defensive recovery, so still managed to squeeze that right back. And into Ditman's hands. Looking to get it over to Mozzie. So Mozzie just bouncing it up high, hoping that there's a stack somewhere along the line to maybe recover that. You can see very purposeful and, you know, placing those clears. If you're really forced into a clear, a lot of the times it's a good idea to try and bounce it off a wall or the ceiling, as opposed to directly towards the goal if you don't have the angle. That just makes it easier in most cases for defensive stacks, or if there's a defender, a goalie hanging back, it makes it easier for them to get the grab. So on those clears, if you do get those ceiling or wall bounces, you at least give your team a chance, says Callan. Very nice shot from deep down there. It's, 35 meters out, 10-2. And getting a little taste, I guess, of what this team, 0G Fishies, have been doing for the last couple hours. Lowe's asking about Zenith on Oceans. Yeah, he is / was, but had to dip on out apparently, so they got themselves replacement here. Yeah, interesting. But apparently he had to be somewhere as well. Who knows? Either or, though. Got ourselves C. Jason coming in. We got ourselves a goal going in for Leo the Great. That's 12 points here. Going up for 0G Fishies. Head by 10, just putting it right home over and over, it seems like. And getting a taste again of that great passing play on this very strong team in 0G. So off this rollout taken now by C. Jason. Just going to dodge and maneuver on through. Got Chrome and Dipman both hanging out at the mid lane. As that disc just dodges past the hands of a pair of players for 0G. And up high it goes to Mozzie. Mozzie just eyeing that goal. Does get it to go. There's the 4th point. The second score, courtesy of Mozzie, off a good assist from Chrome Platypus. All right, so on this rollout, oh, that was, again, maybe this is on my end. I'm seeing the lag. Who knows? Could be me. Either or. The rollout unsuccessful for the moment. That disc going kind of all over the place. Eventually taken by Chrome Platypus. So got the disc back and potential here. I mean, if they score again, that differential will look a lot better than it did just a mere 60 seconds ago or so. But we'll see. Just missing that grab, however, so Mozzie does nab it. They've got the 2-on-1 advantage. And, oh, opting for the shot instead. So Callan punishing with that great goalkeeping skill, which he does show quite often throughout league play, competitive play. So unable to convert on that one. And let's see if they pay for it. If they're going to score, go for the backboard, but couldn't do so. So back to the wedge it goes. 4 minutes left in this round. And maybe with another play here, they can still convert, and just barely missing, hitting off that barrier, so instead taking right back once more. Anime for Life taking that one, but into the hands of Chrome Platypus. So Chrome goes up top and just drops down into the hands of the defenders. So Leo the Great taking it right back. A little bit of ping-pong action as Ender Slot takes it right back and pushes off the wall, just eyeing the bottom ramp pass potentially, and does go there. So Anime for Life will approach, but recognizing the number's not in his advantage quite yet, so waits for his teammates to join up front, which they do. So there's the back out to Callan 101. Callan up to the backboard. A great save, though. So Dipman, Mozzie both in the goal, doing some great work on some stuns and on some saves, but could not get the clear. So Anime takes it back, and Callan now going for a shot and goes right back in and up by 10 once more. So 14-4 favoring 0G Fishies. So it took a little bit of extra time, but eventually Oceans 11.5 were indeed punished off of that that 2-on-1 offense on the drive that they could not complete. So every opportunity against a team like this going to be very, very important. Now, C. Jason contesting Ender's Lot as it goes back to the other side of the wall. Goal is momentarily contested, and see if it remains that way. Not a lot of time. Small window does not convert, so window closing on that one. Back to the left side tunnel as Anime for Life takes the disc over and just immediately flings it right down below, but missing the hands of his teammates. Also missing the hands of the defender, though, so yet again it will remain on the orange side. A shot just not hitting once more, again on the ding, but the question is, will it be another rebound for 0G? It looks like that's the case. Nope, actually not. Will be taken by Mozzie now and cleared partially as it takes some more awkward bounces. So something janky going on a little bit with the servers at the moment, I think. Either that or my internet. But see Jason with the disc, and Callan, well, right back. So less than 2 minutes remaining in this first round. Just a hot start for 0G Fishies. Now they have been held to a lower scoring overall in the second half of this round, but just the lack of offense coming through. So for the Oceans 11.5 player, so it's another score coming in from Leo the Great, 16-4 for 0G, and a 1:30 remaining in round one. All right, so Chrome Platypus finding himself and his team here in need of a score mighty soon, if not for the comeback, which I think is likely out of the hands at the moment, but if not for the comeback, at least for the momentum, get the good feels going on and get that chemistry going if they can. Obviously coming in with a maybe unexpected sub here because of Zenith dipping out, so that's also going to be a factor, and just being able to adjust, trying to make the adjustments, but Callan, another save, does it again. So very consistent on the goalkeeping end of things. You know, obviously a talented offensive player too. He hit that long-range 3 earlier, but he gets it done on the offense. He's a very good goalie as well. So there he is on the offense. There he is on the shot. It's 18-4. Big numbers for Callan in round 1. And 9 points and 4 saves. That is a mighty fine stat line for the milkman himself. So Chrome Platypus, one more rollout here. Overtaken by Callan. Callan sending that pass, just missing the hands of his teammates. So this round is going to end here with a victory to 0G Fishies in a pretty dominant fashion. Now there was again an open window for some brief moments there on a comeback, but just the ever since that lack of conversion on that 2-on-1, it was pretty much where it ended. Now that said, Zenith is now in the game, so maybe he was just having internet issues or something, or either or. Zenith may be rejoining for round 2, it looks like. So interesting development there. See how that plays out. All right. Sorry about that again. I'm trying to organize myself as well. Figure out if I need to indeed peace out after the stream or not. I likely will be. But round 2 about to begin here. Zenith rejoining his team. So see Jason coming in briefly for the assist on the substituting end of things. But that said, Zenith rejoining his team on Ocean's 11.5. So let's see if that can be a difference maker here. Get that chemistry going again. There's that quick headbutt joust we talked about. We've seen it several times now in this stream. See if they get that first offensive opportunity. The pass a little bit too strong. A lot of strength behind it. Of course, the dive's coming out from the goalie, so kind of necessitating it in those kind of close quarters. But nonetheless, will be retained now by Callan. Callan has himself an open goal, and it's a 3-pointer at that. So that is going to devastate to open up this first joust in round 2, that is. All right, so back to the hands offensively of Chrome Platypus. QB in, and they got some time to work with, so getting rid of it rather quickly there. And will result in the turnover. So over to 0G Fishies with the disc now with a clear. Right back to Zenith's hands, it looks like. He has a Chrome Platypus. Pass a little strong. The goal is also covered. Could have almost got in, potentially, but maybe just needing to find some stacks here. There's Zenith and Chrome looking for said stacks. The goal momentarily open, so they could pay for it if they lose a disc. But luckily, the overshoot also coming in from 0G Fishies, so no one really benefiting off of that. Right back, though, Leo hitting Ender slot, Ender right down to Anime. But Chrome Platypus diving out, taking the disc, finding a pass. Now Zenith just trying to maneuver around and wait for a stack to at least collect themselves, and now waiting, buying themselves a 3. That was a very nice turnaround there from Ocean's 11.5. You saw Zenith, he waited the extra couple seconds, waiting for his stack to make sure that his stack was, in fact, coming through the midline, so they could maybe catch that disc. And he waited, and that is exactly what happened. Stack came on through, and they got themselves the open 3. So very, very nice play coming on their behalf. That said, another nice play, maybe, with that 3-point sunk from Chrome. So big hit, and that's a good start now, actually, in round 2. That initial 3-point shot going to Callan to open round 2, and you had yourself thinking that, oh, maybe this round was just going to start off the same way round 1 ended, but no. Ocean's 11.5 again and again coming on back, and suddenly they're up 9-3. So how about that? Is Zenith all the difference in the world, or what? Just having the chemistry of their full team back. Not that these teams have been together for terribly long by any stretch, of course, just being these mixed up teams that were drafted last week via auction, but still, when you already have played 3 rounds with the same core, it can be a little bit awkward to have to go with a substitute suddenly. So, just like that, all of a sudden it is a big advantage going the ways of Oceans. And man, that goal right now, it's as wide as an ocean. It seems like everything they're shooting, it's going. All right, so roll out. Leo the Great need to stop the bleeding because they are indeed bleeding badly. The undefeated team, one of 3 undefeated teams left, is 0G Fishies. They've had themselves a strong day, but they're at the threat of losing the second round if they don't find something soon. Right now, their rhythm is just totally off from where it was. But that said, a great fundamental passing play on the cutter will get exactly what they need to just maybe stabilize going into the last 6 minutes of the second round. Because obviously the differential isn't that much, 11-5, and oh no, another crash. Unfortunate, but it's just it's all about the rhythm. And ZOG Fishies, their rhythm was completely out of whack. Meanwhile, for Ocean's 11.5, I mean, their rhythm was going, scoring 3 times in a row, getting some steals, good defense in there. So when a team's feeling good, you got to do your best to put a stop to it and fast. And it looks like that's what they're trying to do. Now, hopefully, the player returns here for Ocean's 11.5. Mozzie coming back soon. And we'll get going for the remainder of this second round. And there we are. Mozzie is back. All right, so teams are readying up. I see. I didn't realize it at first, but here we go. Let me remove the overlay real quick. Their orange team's name, they changed it to Hi Pally. Cute. Hi. I'm not sure how long that's been a thing, but I only just saw it now, even though I've been streaming this team for 2 matches now. But there we go. Hi Pally indeed. Hi Oceans. All right, so I think we're just waiting on the intermission to end because both teams did ready up, right? Or not sure what the whole deal is there. Okay, there we go. And we're back. There's a disc. Had to find it. All right, so 6 minutes left, or 6:06 to be specific. And the momentum, we'll see if maybe it's been stopped a little bit. I don't know. Based off that timeout, tech timeout, that restart, as well as that last score, maybe that's what 0G Fishies needed in order to just, again, stabilize themselves and start looking like they did in round 1. And again, how they've been looking all day just across these matches. There's a good passing play, and that is just a gorgeous delivery through some very, very muddy waters thanks to that defense. Claustrophobic, but still found the angles to deliver it over to Anime for Life. So 11-7. And coming right back with a clapback is 0G. So we'll see how they go here. Oh no, another restart. What's going on now? I didn't catch anything on the comms. Someone else crash again? I mean, all players are currently in the server, so maybe, let's see.
What happened?
Good question. Mozzie, what happens?
Did Mozzie just hit it?
Go explain yourself.
Mozzie thought that the scores were flipped.
Okay, so maybe just a little,
Oh, you're winning? No, Mozzie's right. No, the scores were flipped.
maybe a little bit of user error causing that restart. So ideally, it won't be delayed too much longer then. Get right back into it. Players just thought the
This is
scores were
time.
flipped.
It's 5:25.
So back into it soon here.
Yeah, right there.
You got the times. There you go. Correct. 5:25, 11-7. First round again taken by 0G Fishies. Round 2, Oceans 11.5 still in position to maybe win, but I mean with half this round remaining, they need to do what 0G Fishies have done the last couple plays, which is to say stabilize, find the passes, the cross passes, and then get it going again. Get the feel-good stuff going, the chemistry. Because otherwise, this is the team here in 0G Fishies that have been really rolling for that undefeated record, that 3-0, all day so far. One of 3 teams remaining with a claim to that record. And now on defense. So let's see what they opt for. Zenith with that disc. See if they can kind of close them off a little bit. There's a Mozzie obtaining it on the delivery. One more pass down to Chrome Platypus. So I like the passing. The scoring, not quite there the first time, but maybe just going for a ding just because they could, huh? Mozzie putting themselves up by a couple points again and building a little bit of extra buffer to where it used to be. Up by 6 with 4:50 remaining here in round 2. See how that turns out for them. So Leo the Great getting it to Callan. Callan anchoring down, going for that bounce pass. Another bit of an awkward interaction. We've seen a few of those on this server, it seems. So hopefully it doesn't play too much of a role going forward. But over there on the pass, the reception rather, Callan getting the disc now. And again, this could totally be on my end. I don't really know. But off the backboard, it's going to miss. And Anime for Life just softly dumping it back into the mid lane. And will be received or intercepted rather by Dipman playing that backline the way that only Dip can and Dip has for these streams. Now, the disc not really finding any of the Ocean's players, unfortunately, so Enderslot will be getting it right back again. But not for too long, so really getting stuck here on the blue side of the floor. Zenith with a disc, looking for a pass, just reaching the fingertips and does so successfully to Chrome Platypus. So Chrome now to Mozzie. Mozzie getting knocked out. And some more knockouts going, so Chrome avenging Mozzie. Chrome going for the goal, but now holding onto it a little too long, getting stunned as well. Another intercept. My words leaving me, and the disc leaving him as Mozzie gets it over eventually to Dip. So Dip slinging it to the opposite side. Anime for Life again, ducking below, trying for a soft clear, but reaching Dipman. So really getting stuck here on possession time on this blue side of the floor. But the real question is, can they convert? I mean, they're already ahead, so it's not like they need to score immediately necessarily. But indeed, every offensive attempt in the last minute or two is just ending in this flurry of punches that goes back to the hands of 0G. And 0G's, it's a 3. And it's a 3-point match at that. So let's see how this one goes. Less than 3 minutes remaining. And 0G Fishies, they're in position, maybe, to mount this comeback after all. We'll see. I mean, looking good at the moment, but trying to build that buffer once more is Zenith and crew. So Mozzie just tapping off that wall, but losing it to Callan. So Callan checking behind, making sure the stack is hopefully going, but actually no regrabs coming through, so just a deep one sent, but I think maybe a crash there? No, I just looked like Enders wasn't moving too much for a moment, so I thought maybe it crashed, but not the case. So instead, losing it over here to Zenith, but what a save! Look at that, Kellen again. That is at least his third or fourth very nice save right in front of the goal, head on with an offensive player. Can he do it again, though? No, he cannot. The shot placed by Zenith. It's 15, up by 5 now. There's 2 minutes remaining, a little bit under, in fact. So, all right. Time winding down, up by 5, not out of the hands for a comeback still from ZOG Fishies. I mean, either way, they still won that first round. So, at worst, we're looking at a third round, which we've seen many times here on the streams today. Ender's Lot looking for that cross over to the opposite wall, just missing the hands of Anime, however. Unable to find him. See Callan just brawling Chrome Platypus as the stacks come through. Now this, if they make it, will indeed be plenty of buffer on the 3. What a nice shot from Mozzie. Tight angle. Didn't matter. Got it just before the defense could accommodate. So 18-10 with a minute left in round 2. All right, so launch out Leo the Great with the disc. Not a lot of time to work with at this point, but still see if they can find a little bit of momentum right here. Callan taking a deep one and somehow squeezed it through. That had to be just absolutely perfect. Just another inch or two off, and that would have been a ding. That was a tough angle, especially on the goalie, but managed to find the right place. It's just a matter of the time not really being conducive to the comeback as well. But 18-13. One more joust at least coming here for Ocean's 11.5. Looking good on maybe a rebound game. They did drop that last one on stream against Team Orcas. Callan 101. Losing it. That doesn't really matter because either way this round it was going to be over. No time for a comeback, and it will be a third round. So looking at it yet again.
Good round.
Happy to say.
Hey, can you guys put Jason back in?
We've seen this in every match so far. This is our 4th match we've streamed today, and they've all gone to 3 rounds. We also had the overtime in there. We had some game-winning shots at the end of rounds occur. So really, even with these mixed-up teams, kind of a testament to the level of skill when you're talking about VRML experienced players. You know, no bad match had so far in the day, at least not on this stream. I know a lot of people are streaming their perspectives from home, so and from their perspective, but at least from this side of things, every match has been very, very competitive, so it's fun to watch. And yeah, we'll be going to that third round as a matter of fact. Kleck saying no at what? Cheering on 0G Fishies, perhaps. I could still come back, but see, this makes it more exciting. Got to get the audience, give them something to bite their nails to. See, single shot there with the hello as well. Hello. How's it going? How you doing? Welcome, welcome. All right, so team's just readying up as we get prepared to start. All right, so despite the fact, I mean, coming into it, you know, people were saying too, ZOG Fishies look like a pretty stacked team, and indeed, I mean, they got, you know, 2 teammates from VRML in there, and that's a big factor for sure. But just all in all, a lot of experience at high level play, and you know, yeah, looking maybe a little bit as one of the more stacked teams of Seal coming into this match, but really, it's Ocean's 11.5. Showing that they've got some fight in them, that they can compete, mighty fine themselves, and there it is for the 2-point shot off the first joust, 25 seconds in. And maybe the momentum continuing for Oceans. So that's the thing. No matter how good these rosters look on the surface, you got to know at this level of play, with this level of experience, if you're not playing at your peak, any other team can come up and surprise you. And that's definitely what we're looking at here from 11.5. There they go again. Not making the shot, but they still have a rebound. They'll have the numbers, and they'll get the advantage. Zenith, 2-point shots. It's 4. 4-0. First minute of play in this third round now. So really just playing hard and playing some good defense. Looking very, very nice. So Leo the Great on the joust, cubing, getting it over to Callan. Callan just going for that deep shot attempt, but there is a goalie way back there, Dipman. Been pretty consistent right in the back line, whether midfield or goalie. So Chrome Platypus retrieves the disc, has his teammates, 2 of them over there in the bubble area. Goes to Mozzie. Mozzie, tough angle, but Zenith cleans up. It's 6 points. And so far, uncontested in round 3 is Ocean's 11.5, holding 0G Fishies scoreless. Again, 0G Fishies undefeated 3-0 on the day so far. And yet, ever since round 1, you know, they had a very, very strong round 1, dominant in fact. It was something along the lines of, I don't know, 18-6 maybe. Something in that area. But then rounds 2 and 3, they got Zenith back for Ocean's 11.5, and he's just been helping lead them to, you know, success and potential victory here if things continue. That said, Callan isn't going to allow it to continue for too much longer because he's going to line up the 2-point shot just inside the bubble and gets their first goal after a couple minutes of play, 2.5. So see if that buys them anything good going forward. Launch out, though. First offensive launch for Ocean's 11.5 in the round 3 will be delivered over to Zenith. Zenith has it stolen. Right back, though. So back and forth with those defensive grabs. Callan with the disc. Callan with the dish. Doesn't reach anyone immediately, but off the bounce, trying to collect it. Good stuns by Chrome Platypus to just buy his teammate Dipman some time to dive out of the goal and recover the disc. Couldn't find the clear, however. So top of the ramp, getting stuck up here. And now on the clear, squeezing past the hands, and now these stacks coming through. Some good leeches coming on as well. But Anime for Life recovering first. So 6.5 minutes remaining. And just resetting to Callan. Callan going for clear right there once again. What the problem is, there's an awful lot of defenders kind of in the area, but it looks like actually just opting for the back out. Dipman in the goal, and Mozzie will in fact retrieve it eventually. So the pace here, just all kinds of back and forth. No team with extreme momentum, but as I say that, it is Zenith with a goal. So 8-2. Delaware Ranger in chat saying didn't realize that Callan got Ender Slot and Anime as teammates. Yeah, the coming in with some Space Force. Little bit of it. No doubt, pair of strong players and well, players who will have some maybe more chemistry than others in this SEAL tournament. So there they are. There's Anime for Life. He's coming in hot with the pass to the shot to Ender Slot. 8-4. And now the lead just cut in half. So still plenty of time for 0G Fishies on that very beautiful passing play, just taking advantage of the number situation, 2-on-1. What they need to do, and they did it with ease. So back to the offensive joust. Chrome Platypus hitting Zenith up high. Zenith getting rid of that rather quickly, and he needed to. Just as well, Mozzie needed to because the very tight defensive clamps from that rollout over on 0G Fishy's side. So 0G Fishy's unable to retain it. However, so Zenith does get a clear off. A lot of brawls coming through once more as the stacks. Stack from Callan and Leo the Great will get there first, and we'll have some time to spare. You can see kind of in the background there at the midfield, some punches going off and just enabling Callan plenty of time to walk it up the floor, find Anime. But Zenith, very good positioning there defensively to get the disc, nabbing it out of the midfield. So with this clear once more, goal was open for a little while, but didn't matter because 0G Fishies were able to recover. That said, Ocean's 11.5 right back at him again. It's Mozzie with the disc up top. So looking like a 3-on-4 at the goal, just trying to maneuver, and that's a very, very well-placed shot. Zenith the Chrome Platypus. Now that was very instinct-like, team instinct. Chrome Platypus receiving that right in front of the goal and immediately launching it in for the 2. So 10-4. Oceans 11.5, pulling ahead by 6 now with 4 minutes left with that instinct play. So Leo the Great trying to find his teammates. Callan right there with that disc, gets rid of it quickly. And Ditman playing the back line, but just opting to retreat back into the goal now. Will be maybe a 2-on-1, depending on how this goes. Now turning to a 2-on-3. Oh, but gets the 3. Callan, 101 again. So that's the second or third time in this match that he's just gotten these 3s on goalies off these bounces, and they're these perfect bounces that are just going into the tight angles of the goal, making it more difficult to save. It's still bold shots just the same, but managing to get it through, and that's some impressive work from Callan. Not only lighting it up defensively with a bunch of saves today, but also those 3-point goals. He's hit many of them. So here's the man. Speaking of, there's Callan with some brawls. Up high, it's Ditman and Co. brawling up in the tunnel now. So trying to retreat into the goal. There's Callan eyeing the goalkeeper, looking for the shot, and some more either Palador internet jank or server jank. It's one of the two. I'm still not sure which. I think because I haven't heard any of the players complaining about it on comms, it might just be something on my end with those weird laggy happenings that we've been seeing a few times in this particular match. So I'm not sure what that's about, but nonetheless, Chrome Platypus going to back that out to Mozzie. Mozzie looking for that shoulder pass, but Zenith had left the anchor, so a little bit of a miscommunication perhaps will result in a turnover as the clear gets sent into the bottom ramp of the left side, where Ditman is able to retrieve it, just waiting there, biding his time, and getting it over to Mozzie. So Mozzie on the side wall, finding Chrome Platypus. Chrome Platypus looking across pass, and cut off nicely by Enders. So almost going for another great crossing play, but just a very timely dive and a wise dive from the goalie. It's definitely very handy being able to determine and know when you need to dive and when you need to stick as a goalkeeper. Because sometimes one is definitely better than the other. You know, if you have that lane available to dive and get an interception, it's good to do that. Now, a soft pass, very risky, considering Mozzie was in the area. So this will, in fact, result in Oceans 11.5 retaining control and maybe looking for a further on their lead. Only a minute 24 seconds left, so this is the third round. And unless 0G Fishies can convert here, I mean, they're going to be in danger of their first defeat on the day here in Seal. So Chrome Platypus just forced into that clear. There's the boost once more. Very quick from the blue players, ZOG Fishies, but somehow missing the grab. So spinning and looking to maybe win out in this third round. It's Zenith and Oceans 11.5. Oh, that was a very tough turnaround there because it looked like the stack was there with some time to spare, but just could not really read the disc. And as a result, looking at that 5-point lead now with only 37 seconds remaining. So rolling out here, Callan looking for the deep pass and right aside to Anime for Life, but a little bit too low. Couldn't catch it. 30 seconds remaining and time not conducive to the comeback. There's Callan with one more crossover, a push off, and a shot down into the very perfect bottom spot of the goal. It's a 3-point match, but there is basically no time to make anything happen here. It would be supremely unlikely. They would have to miss this joust for the chance at any kind of tie-up in overtime. So let's see. There it goes, and indeed just not quick enough, and as a result, amazing effort from Oceans 11.5, the reverse sweep. They got Zenith back in the second round. He was missing from the roster in the first round, but came back on for round 2 and 3 and led them to the victory. So Oceans 11.5 rebounding off their loss against Team Orca. And 0G Fishies, well, they have their first defeat on the day after 4 rounds. Very good match, though, going to 3 rounds once more.
Was that round 4, like in the Swiss?
Yeah.
So taking a look at those stats there, reminding you the restart, so they're, again, partial stats there, but Yeah, very impressive turnaround there because it looked like off that first round, I mean, Zero G Fishies had a dominant victory. And then just coming back on. Yeah, it was a fantastic effort from Ocean's 11.5 once they had their full crew back with Zenith, and they got the job done. Now checking it out, this was the 4th round of Swiss, so we have one more remaining. Whether I'm going to cast it or not, I'm not sure that I can. We'll see here in a second, but I'm just checking. Let's see, the brackets are indeed up, so one moment. I'm going to AFK for a second, then give you an update on what I'm. Okay, hello stream. So yeah, I will in fact be peacing out for round 5. I'm sorry. I wish I could stay. This went on a little longer than I thought it was going to go, so I have to be places. I'm so sorry. But I'll be back tomorrow, of course, for the continuation and the final set of matches for Seal and the Seal Cups. So thanks for joining me today. I've been Palador. It's been a weird stream. It's been a while, so I don't know. I was having fun, but it was also kind of off kilter, but in a good way. I enjoyed myself. Hopefully you guys did too. So until tomorrow, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for following. There's your giant seal logo. We'll see you again in the afternoon. Next afternoon. Okay, bye.